going to feed Beetlejuice, my sourdough starter. First, we're going to discard half of the contents. This has been in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks. You can see it's still active, it's still bubbly. Refrigerating it just slows down the fermentation process. Now that I've discarded about half of the starter, we're going to feed it with a cup of regular all-purpose flour and enough warm water to give it the consistency of a thick pancake batter. And this is our food for Beetlejuice. Just gonna spoon it right in here. So don't make a mess. I'm using a wide lid 1-quart jar. And then we're gonna add in our warm, not hot water. You don't want to kill the good buggies and the bacteria. You want it to look good. And I'm just stirring it with a fork. I'm adding water a little bit at a time. I mean, you go out here and you can find some fancy schmancy sourdough starter recipes, and it's all in, everything's weighed out. It's really not that hard, you guys. It really isn't. I'll do another video on establishing and starting a sourdough starter, but this one I've had going for a couple of weeks. And this is about I can show you the consistency that you want. It's very thick. It's kind of sticky, stringy. That's the consistency you want. Okay, next we're going to clean up the sides of the jar with a rubber spatula as best as we can. And I always keep a damp paper towel nearby to finish it up. And I keep a rubber band on the jar to mark the level that I'm starting at so I can make sure that it rises. This should double or triple in volume, and it should have a nice, pleasant smell. It shouldn't smell like gym socks or like have a funky off odor. It should smell yeasty, and it should smell like bread dough. It really should. This is what you're going to use to start your bread. So I want to make sure my jar is nice and clean. Occasionally I do switch jars, you know, just especially when you have an established starter like this. All right, so now we're going to put the lid on, seal it up, and it's going to go in a warm oven. I just have the light on inside of my oven, and I'm just gonna bump this rubber band up a little bit. Hope you guys can see this. All right, and we're just gonna set this inside of our oven with the light on until it bubbles up again and rises. Once it doubles in volume, if I'm not going to use this right away, which I probably won't, I am going, sorry, I got the camera pointed weird. Yeah, so once that doubles up in volume, hang on. Okay, I just took the camera off of the tripod. This is better. So once this doubles in volume, if I'm not going to use this right away, I'm just going to keep it in the refrigerator. I usually try to feed my sourdough starter once a week if you're going to be doing a lot of baking, but you can actually keep starter in the refrigerator without feeding it for a few weeks. Just keep an eye on it, make sure it's, you know, not looking weird or getting any like brown liquid on top or mold or anything, but this is how you feed sourdough starter. Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to more cooking shows with yours truly, Annette.